Welcome back to Blanks No One Asked For. And
are you sure about that?
No. In today's episode, a few Americans are going to react to the best of Bob Mortimer for Would I Lie to You? And we have no idea, concept of what Would I Lie to You is or who Bob Mortimer is, but you guys requested it, so we're going to react to it. And so yeah, this is 5 Bonkers Bob Mortimer Tales. And
if you're new here,
you should like the video, subscribe to our channel to see our future content.
and if you don't, Mark will bob your Mortimer.
Go bonkers on you.
I recently had to charm a spider out of my shoe by tooting a flute at it.
David's team. So, where were you?
I was at home.
So, was this spider a normal British domestic spider?
Yes.
How big was it, Bob?
British
It's black, but it's not one.
And what colour was it?
It's not the ones that have got a little body and big long legs.
No, sorry, it wasn't the type with a small body and long legs.
No.
What type was it?
It was
Well, you can work the rest out yourself, surely. Big body, small legs.
Was this a gerbil?
During the gerbil, I'd have used a lute. Honestly. It's actually just a very everyday situation. My wife doesn't like spiders, very scared of them, and it's kind of my job to get rid of spiders. I don't like them either. I'm not going to use my hands or whatever.
No, you wouldn't.
Can you mime the blow moment?
Don't fall for this.
Sorry?
He gets me with this every week. Don't fall for it. I've got just the thing for you if you haven't got a flute. Close your eyes.
There you go.
Do not fall for it.
Did you blow it into the shoe?
Yes, I blew down the flute to bring it out into the heel area. These were a kind of snakeskin elastic slipper.
Yeah.
I brought up just under the windowsill, above where the cat litter is.
Yeah.
I put them there because I wanted to get that height, and it didn't
So
come out.
you
I
moved
tapped it. Yes,
you moved the slipper with the spider in it.
I moved it facing the cupboard where I keep the plates. It's got little holes in it. And the spider emerged.
So the spider emerged but didn't leave the shoe or slipper?
No, didn't leave.
Did the slipper? Didn't
No,
leave the slipper?
just-
I had a look around and went back in.
Well,
So you were no better off, were you?
No, I didn't feel like I was better off, but at least I'd
This is like British Alan Thicke.
I could see it.
Yeah, I can see that.
found out that we owned a flute as a family.
If I was scared of spiders, I wouldn't go anywhere near that slipper. I'd just leave it. I would just let
I'm not
my...
that scared.
Are you not? Scale of 1 to 10?
I'm ginger about them.
Okay.
Ginger.
Is that right? Ginger, is that a word?
It is, yeah,
That's a
yeah.
word. That's the correct word in that situation.
You pick something up gingerly. It doesn't just mean the flavour ginger. A ginger nut is not just a biscuit. It could be a tentative testicle.
Do you now know who the flute belongs to?
Yes, of course, it was my son's flute.
Your son, is he a flautist?
No. We hoped he would be, but he could never find the flute.
Well, what are you thinking?
Well, what I'm confused by is that if you fear spiders,
I do a bit.
and you believe that there's a spider in this shoe, I think you would be afraid to move the shoe.
Not at all.
I also think you would have worried about, as you go to take the breath to blow it, you accidentally breathe in.
Oh, gosh.
I don't have to breathe in to breathe out.
Yes.
Michael, which way are you leaning?
It sounds too much like the surreal world of Bob Mortimer to be actually the truth. I think it's a lie.
It's a lie? You think it's a lie?
Yeah. No, nobody in the world owns a flute, really, do they?
You think it's a lie?
You think it's a lie?
Yeah.
Bob, truth or lie?
It was a lie. As a teenager, I used to terrorize my neighborhood with a game I invented called Theft and Shrubbery.
What were the rules of theft and shrubbery?
Can I first of all say my memories of this are a bit sketchy?
Always handy for this game.
Well, I'm an older gentleman. They're more like just fingerprints on an abandoned handrail.
Even while you poetically describe the aging process, another part of your brain is inventing the rules of a fiction.
Shrubbery.
Yeah.
It's a game that I played in my youth, in my teens, on the Lakes Estate in Middlesbrough. I would probably be 14 or 15. I hope that's all the information you need.
This game involved?
Yes, of course.
Of course. In which case, I'm satisfied and there's no need to tell me. What were the rules?
There would have to be a gang of you. I would usually be with Staver and Bagger.
Well, I didn't realise you knew hobbits as
Neil Overall, Jerry Dungaree's son.
Didn't take his father's name.
Hated him. So, and Gary Cheeseman would be there. Gary Cheeseman was a big lad. Yeah.
Gary Cheeseman.
A very big head. Sniper's dream, they used to call it. The thing is, he's such a nice lad. And he was
I love these points in the show when we say, Bob, let's all gather around the fireside. You can tell us tales of your youth.
So the rules of the game, of course you will know. The rules of the game. Theft and shrubbery.
Oh my lord.
You have to creep into the back of someone's house and observe the family watching the telly or whatever they're doing, yeah?
It's getting a bit sinister now, Bob.
Yeah, I know.
Is this at night?
This is on the evening time, yeah.
So the family is, as it were, backlit by the domestic lighting.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And then you'd find one where the curtains were open, yeah? Go to the rear of the garden and then you'd slowly walk towards the window, right? Try not to disturb them, and you'd chant, increasing the volume as you went. We do beg your pardon. We are in your garden. You gradually get closer and closer to the window. And as soon as you were seen, that's when shrubbery comes in.
What's wrong?
You were not allowed to escape via the front of the property. You had to go across all the fences. Because you're teenage, what you're really waiting for is someone to make a noise or give yourself away, so that you all have to go run through all the gardens.
That's the shrubbery part.
That's the shrubbery
What's the
side.
theft part?
The theft is we just always felt that we were stealing something from them. Their privacy.
So you're going up the garden saying louder and louder, we do beg your pardon. Elderly people who are hard of hearing.
Yeah.
This game can't have lasted, I'm imagining, very long before people kind of rumbled you and...
No, it was just one of the games, that we did. It could be theft and shrubbery night. There was another night where we used to take fruit from a fruit vendor's wagon and throw that up in the air and just let it drop on our heads.
It tells me you played that quite a lot, Bob. Next time, don't use melons.
Cheeseman was very good at it.
So what do you think, David?
Steve, what do you
My
think?
concern is that the details are so utterly believable and sound like they're real that if it wasn't actually a game, he spent an awful lot of time looking through people's windows.
coming down on the side of truth.
Yeah, I know it sounds odd, but I just believe it.
Okay, so theft and shrubbery. Bob, truth or lie?
I was telling the truth.
Wow.
I can break an apple in half with my bare hands.
David's team.
What is your technique?
I take it in the hands.
Yes.
There at this point.
Of course they're bare.
Yes.
Friction's very much part of this this equation. You must pull it. I'm going to say east to west. A lot of people think you need to twist. You don't need to twist.
You don't need to twist. You just
don't need to
pull apart.
Pull it apart.
How do you get the
Pull the
grip?
apple apart.
Won't your hands just slide away from it? I'd have thought you'd need to twist.
If you twist, you fail. Twisting equals tears.
So you just grip the apple in your hands and then fling them apart, and you have 2 half apples.
No.
The guy from the In-Betweeners? This guy.
This.
No, this guy.
Oh, the teacher.
Yeah. It is.
They all look like they're just grown-up versions of them all, except for he stayed the same. I don't know. It might
That
be.
looks like him,
He
doesn't
does look kind of similar. Huh.
I rip it apart.
Yeah. The way you were miming it then, there's like downward pressure from the thumbs, almost as if you're trying to open it like a book.
Yeah.
Is that what it's like? Because I can believe that more than the just grip, bang!
Yes. No, David, that's fair enough. Yes.
It's just you're almost like you insert.
But I so wish it was bang. It's not.
No, you're inserting the thumbs to try and pull it apart that way.
No insertion.
All right.
No,
but
that's
downward
the
pressure.
Downward pressure. And there it is.
So where are
This is you describing how to open an apple.
100%.
the thumbs? Are the thumbs either side of the stalk?
You know where the thumbs are, David.
Where are the thumbs either side of the stalk?
Yes.
No insertion or penetration. Just
No, absolutely not. No.
I'm already convinced for more blanks there needs to be a 2-on-2 Would I Lie to You?
The thumbs are used for gripping, not for ripping. That's what I was taught. And if you remember that, if you can remember that, you too will be parting apples.
How long have you done this for?
I have done it for a long time. What I used to do to entertain was I used to take hard-boiled eggs, peel them, I still do it, and I could take the shell off in one. And you actually peel the membrane rather than trying to. Don't be all rough-handed and don't take your time. Off it's bang.
And when did you
do? That's the correct way to present. With an apple, it's this.
When did you first discover that you could do the apple? How did it come about? How did it come to be?
I can't remember the first time I did it. I can remember the feeling.
What was the feeling?
The feeling was magnificent.
David, is that the truth?
I don't think so, but it could be. Can we leave it at that?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, on to the next round. No, we can't.
I agree with that. I'd love to see him do it. I hope it's true because then they'll make him do it.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah. If it's not true,
Make him do it anyway.
Try.
So what's it going to be?
Oh, I really want it to be true, but it isn't true, I don't think.
You can't pull an apple apart, can you?
You can't just rip it in half. I so want you to be able to.
If you and I can't, sure.
And I can't.
I've never tried.
Have you ever tried?
If I had an apple here, and I can have
Yes,
a few
but I think
cones.
if those two can't do it, David, with no disrespect, it's highly unlikely you're going to pull it off.
Tremendously, frighteningly strong hands, as I found out to my own cost. So you think it's a lie, then?
I'm afraid I do,
Okay,
yeah.
well, I'll go with the giant.
You're going to say it's a lie? All right, you're saying it's a lie. Bob, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
I was telling the truth.
All right, so I give him an apple.
Well, guess what I've got?
Yeah.
My trusty box of apples.
Proper apple.
Ready, Bob?
It's a big one.
Thank you. Not you, him.
Does your husband play cricket?
I love that sort of thing. Where shall I do it?
I really hope he can't do it.
Oh!
Damn.
You're next.
My first taste of fame was when the local newspaper dubbed me the Cockroach King.
What was the newspaper?
My local. It was called the South London Press.
So, are you from South London?
I was in the lead-up to the headline, The Cockroach King.
While we were in the public eye doing what?
I was a solicitor at the time, and I sued the local authority because of cockroach infestations in the council houses. Yes! That's what I did.
And of course, it was that kind of style in court that won the day.
We settled outside of court, actually. But I had to change the names because these are real legal proceedings that we're talking about.
Right. Well, why does the fact that it's real legal proceedings mean you have to change the names?
Because I don't think it's fair to say that, let's say she's called Barbara Lighthouse. In the horror of cockroach infestation.
Were you representing Barbara Lighthouse?
I was, yes.
She'd engaged your services?
She's engaged my services. I visited her property.
Must have been ages to get to the top.
There were Egyptian cockroaches. So I had an idea, right? I said, I bet this is bad for your mental health, living with cockroaches. And I took them to the magistrate's court on a private criminal prosecution under the Public Health Act.
Why are you counting every letter in the... Are you working out how much to charge her?
You mentioned the Egyptian cockroach.
The Egyptian cockroach,
How
yeah.
many? I wasn't aware there were different types.
They live in the concrete, and they can actually live off the concrete that the buildings are made of.
So, Bob,
concrete?
Yep.
Bob, they got some hard.
I know. Laughing. I was proud of myself for that one.
They live in the concrete.
They nip out to go behind the fridge or the cooker.
What were the size of these Egyptian cockroaches?
They're long and thin, slip right in.
If he's not lying, this might be the best story I've ever heard.
I'd also really like to see him in a format like Whose Line Is It?
Yeah. Well, that's essentially what I thought. This is very set up, kind of like. It's just not improv.
Well,
like,
it's funny
like not
is
acting.
I'm also now wondering, because they have Whose Line Is It anyways, was that like a remake, the US version?
Yeah, we probably got it after.
Version?
Yeah.
My profile on Tinder. That's my profile.
He said it's on profile. Tinder. Long and thin, slip right in.
It's not the Cockroach King would suggest a champion of the cockroach rather than an opponent.
Or in fact, their leader.
Yes.
Did you lead the cockroaches away like the Pied Piper?
No, I didn't. What happened is I got an expert from the University of Cambridge called Broccoli High Kicks. His brief from me was, can you in any way argue that this is contrary to public health? He confirmed it, went to court. It's all coming ever so clear now. He went to court, yeah. Ronnie Omlets was the housing officer.
You haven't changed his name, have you?
And what was she called? Barbara Lighthouse. Barbara Lighthouse brought a clear jar of the cockroaches with her and poured them over Ronnie Omlets. Right? Of course, he was very frightened, didn't know what to do. At which point Barbara Lighthouse said, I think I've made my point, you know, to the housing officer.
Yeah.
This is what I live with. So the council agreed to rehouse. Next day, the Cockroach King.
Right, what's he going to say, Dave? What do you think?
It's that bizarre that only Bob could make it up, so I think that's true.
That doesn't make sense. You're saying made it up.
What can make it up like that?
Right. Yeah. So we're in trouble, aren't we? You're saying that if anyone else had said it, it would definitely be true because they couldn't have invented it. The one person who said it is also coincidentally the only human who could also have invented it.
Yes.
What a terrible set of circumstances. Do you think it's true?
Yes, let's say it's true.
I'm going to go true.
Okay. Now, Bob, truth or lie?
I was telling the truth.
Wow.
I have a didgeridoo suspended from a tree in my back garden so that when the wind blows in a particular direction, it parps soothing sounds of the outback into my bedroom window.
It's got to be true.
Davis, what do you think?
Pops soothing sounds of the outback.
Yes.
What a poetic way of putting it.
Thank you.
Do you genuinely believe that that particular instrument makes a parp?
How would you describe it, Greg? And how soothed do you feel?
Right, well, stop popping.
I get this every night in my house, please.
Where is it, Bob? It's in a tree.
Yeah.
And you made a conscious decision to put it in the tree?
Yeah.
I thought you said it was hanging from a tree.
What it is it's trapped in a V. Is there a name for that area of a tree? Is it called the Clooney or something?
It's called it.
Honestly, George Clooney's holding a didgeridoo at Madrid.
Don't you believe this?
This part of your finger there is called the Clooney.
Is it?
So I'm assuming.
I never knew.
That's why I said I know
Right.
it's Clooney. Where it and it's wedged there.
It's wedged in the tree's V.
Yes, it's wedged horizontally in the tree's V, facing southeast, which is the prevailing wind where I live.
Where do you live? Not Britain.
Britain.
No, the prevailing wind in Britain is southwesterly.
It doesn't happen every night.
So tell us what this sound does for you then. You're lying in bed at night and you had a lovely day, you're just settling down, and you hear, and then what happens to you?
I'm soothed. The mind is soothed. You know, you get things that will do the same thing to, say, your throat.
Yes.
It does it to the mind.
What if your brain's fine? You don't want to hear that every time it's windy.
You're always soothing your brain. That's what sleep is.
Hence the success of the pillow.
Yeah.
Can I just say though, Bob, I've been led to believe by out-of-work hippies over the years that the didgeridoo is an incredibly difficult instrument to play, and yet it would appear that all one has to do is to pass air through it.
No, well, you have to position it correctly, just as you would have to over your mouth. I've done that by utilising the Clooney.
You're using the Clooney of a tree as human lips. You get any kind of noise out of a didgeridoo. The Clooney, which doesn't exist, on Bob's tree, would have to be flesh-like, because an Aboriginal doesn't just go because it's not just wind, they use their lips.
Very good point. Very good point. Just coming up this time of year, I admit it's a lot better. In fact, I have a wisteria that grows through the And when the wisteria comes into leaf, not only does it pipe the wind towards the didgeridoo, but it acts as the lips.
It's long been said that if the wind blows in the right direction through wisteria, it can play any instrument.
It's time to decide, David.
Okay, we need to make a guess.
What do you say?
I think it's a lie.
Of course it's a lie.
We think it's a lie.
I think it's a lie. Well, Bob, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
I was lying.
Wow. Bob Mortimer.
Yeah. It's pretty good there.
It's pretty funny.
I have,
I didn't think I was going to like that on the onset.
Well, What I Lie to You has been suggested many times, prominently by our friend and travel guide for our UK trip, and it's just, at first glance, was not something I thought I would be interested in, but that was thoroughly enjoyable.
What do you know?
I know, right?
I think Zach's telling the lie.
So,
they didn't throw it into a bed at all.
I really hated every minute of that.
If you would like to see us do our own version of Would I Lie to You, drop that in the comments below, and also tell us what the team should be. I think that would be a lot of fun. But if you're still here, you should comment, Didgeridoo, liar. And all that leaves us to say is this has been blank someone asked for, and certainly no one asked. But wait, there's more. Still got that itch for more blanks no one asked for? Click that bottom left video down there to see the content that YouTube thinks would be the best for you.